Nigeria, my country. Nigeria, who do us like this? What is our problem? Gone in this country? Because it just never ceases to amaze me. You guys, after a few days of the massacre that happened in Benue State, this chef who had once attempted cooking, to break the Guinness World Record of the longest, cooking, had, taken it upon himself to cook for these displaced individuals, the victims of a massacre from the Fulani herdsmen attack on this Yelewata community. And can you imagine what this government under Alia Hyacinth, sent thugs to do to this young man? I said in a previous video that it seemed like, this government of Alia Hyacinth, this priest, God-fearing man in quotes, his government, it seemed like it's just even worse than the regular governments that we know. For say we know, make we no vote for man of God, Abi? Because this is now worse. Apart from the fact that his government is even worse than the previous governments that they have had in Benue State, considering that he did not take drastic actions against these Fulani herdsmen when he ought to have taken them before the matter degenerated to these, extents, was the fact that just yesterday or day before yesterday, his special advisor, one of his special advisor, has been apprehended by EFCC because of sextortion. This man allegedly, filmed girls while having sex with them and will also distribute their sex videos to other social media platforms and also blackmail these young girls to continually have sex with him. That is not enough. Today we are getting to find out that this good Samaritan that God sent to these Benue State massacre victims is also being assaulted. All for what? Because it's trying to help these people, because the governments are not even doing what they're supposed to do. If the government had risen to the occasion, if the government had, swung into action, providing shelter and food to these displaced, people from the attack, this young man wouldn't have even have any cause to, start cooking for them, because the government is already doing it already. You get what I'm saying? But because the government is not doing what they're supposed to do, this young man decided to swing into action, to help these people. And now they are attacking and assaulting him. You guys, this matter, it tire me. But before we delve right into the details of today's news, because I have more juicy details in the rest of this video, you don't want to miss it. Subscribe if you haven't already done that. Give this video a massive thumbs up as well. That will serve as encouragement to us to continually give you more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. The camp currently houses victims of the Yelewata massacre and is managed by the Benue State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA. Chef Nara Victor, known for his Guinness World Record attempt titled Cooking, was reportedly assaulted by suspected political thugs on Saturday morning at the internally displaced persons IDP camp located within the Makurdi International Market. The camp currently houses victims of the Yelewata massacre and is managed by the Benue State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA. According to Chef Victor, he was approached by the federal lawmaker representing Makurdi Goma Federal Constituency to prepare meals for the IDPs for 1 week, a task he had already begun before the incident. While cooking for the displaced persons, Chef Victor said he was suddenly confronted by a group of thugs, allegedly acting under the backing of a serving Benue State government commissioner. He was beaten, harassed, and ordered to vacate the camp on the grounds that the state government had officially contracted another chef to handle the feeding program. So can food be too much? So what if the government had already contacted a chef? And I'm very sure that they did not do it on time. It was when they saw this chef doing it, they then suddenly realized that, oh, shoot, this is what we should have done. And because they did not want him to take their shine, because they know that somebody must have filmed and then it will end up on the internet and they might be blamed for not doing anything, they now decided to chase him out of the place. And besides, food cannot be too much. You cannot have too much food, especially in the midst of displaced individuals, people who have suffered, or people who are even still suffering. Why must you now chase him away? Why not Jesus Christ? And even the thugs, even if you are paid to do, bad job for somebody, don't you guys have brain? Can't you guys reason that, this thing we have been asked to do is not the right thing? This is somebody, and I'm very sure those thugs are from that community. This is somebody that was sent to help you in your community, and you people decided to assault him and chase him out, all because you are being paid for the job. It just doesn't make sense until the youth, until everybody realizes that we are in this together in this country before things can move forward. Until then, we'll just keep merry-go-rounding in opposition. It's just really sad. It's just really sad. Moving on. He was beaten, harassed, and ordered to vacate the camp on the grounds that the state government had officially contracted another chef to handle the feeding program. Speaking after the incident, Chef Victor claimed the attack was politically motivated, saying the real issue was not about the food, but about the identity of a sponsor. Probably the sponsor is from an opposition party. Whether opposition, whether ruling, is it not still the same thing? Is the end goal not to serve the people? Is the end goal not to feed the people? God, now why? Moving on. I was beaten not because of what I came to do, but because the person who sent me is not in the government's good books. He said. I remember when Peter Obi wanted to, go to Benue State to identify with them and mourn with them, when a similar occurrence happened a few months ago. The governor did not allow Peter Obi to come. The governor, he went as far as writing a letter to that effect that, nobody is allowed into Benue State for the moment just because it's from an opposition party. Can you imagine? And this is somebody that is a reverend father, is a Christian to start with. Let's just leave a reverend father out of it. This is a Christian to start with. And it is presumed that, Christians act like, Christ. That is why they are called Christians. But this is quite the opposite. This one don't enter word. Word say don't enter them. As Yoruba will say, because this behavior is not Christ-like. It's not even what Christ would do. Not to talk of what Christians should even do. Anyway, guys, before we go, let's delve right into some of the comments that we got online. Constance says, I don't blame him because he doesn't know the pain of losing a family. Once seeing his family slaughtered in a gruesome manner. My condolence goes to the people that lost their loved ones. May the good Lord strengthen you. Julius says, they have the gods to beat the chef, but they cannot defeat Fulani herdsmen. Exactly. Where were these talks when Fulani herdsmen came to ravage their community? Fulani herdsmen, idiot set of people that Fulani will continue to humiliate and kill. Olubank says, even if you guys wanted him out of a camp, it doesn't show maturity by beating him up. It's as simple as ABC by approaching him in a polite manner. This attitude shows the level of your stupidity and animalistic nature. Why is it that Nigerians love doing things upside down? What if the process of beating him, something bad happened to him? Benue people. Paul Ogbonaya says, after the Benue killings, I listened to the governor's speech on the news channel, and I was immediately convinced that he doesn't know what he's doing. I never see the pain or remorse of failing to protect his people. I only saw a man that was interested in going for a second term no matter what happens. Ibiye says, see the reason why bandits and killers continue to remain giants in Benue. Even at this time of deep national crisis, politicians are busy fighting for who takes the limelight. I think Benue government are a bunch of funky people who feels no pain. Another comment from OK says they have successfully succeeded in running this country down. The rate of killing humans is very alarming. No one is safe. Omotayo Fadairo says Benue bleeds because their political leaders do not have the interest of the masses at heart. Michael King says, you, Victor, and your sponsor are the political misfits. How can you go to a camp and start cooking without the approval of state government? So before you help people that are suffering, you have to take approval. This person, let's say, now here they take it grant. So you have to take permission from the government before you can help people that are suffering. I don't get it. So if you are working on the road, before you give a beggar money, you have to go and seek for approval. You have to write application letter before you give beggars money on the road. While you are working on the street and the beggar comes to you, you have to seek for approval. Nonsensical person. Anyway, moving on. Why didn't your sponsor inform the state government and get its approval before sending you to go and cook? Okay. Another comment here from the same Michael King says, you and your sponsor are the political misfits. Okay. Confidence says, Yate Wale Spain is taken to business, contract money making venture. Contract money making venture. Are you talking about the chef or the government? Anyway, you all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.